All right. Whoa. Am I starting? Yeah. Hello to anyone out there. I am doing tonight the horoscopes for January. And first off, I just want to apologize for the horrible lighting I have going here. It's because this streaming situation here is not the ideal one, but make do with what you have. That's my motto, I guess. My motto for today. And yeah, thank you for anyone showing up already. And if you have any questions specifically, I'm gonna do all the signs of the zodiac. I'm gonna try and get through this fast if I can, but maybe I'll wait a minute and just warm up because I haven't streamed in a few days. I'm kind of still out of practice, but yeah, I'm just gonna do my monthly readings, January, for all the signs of the zodiac, and yeah, I don't know. I haven't. I'm doing these a little early, I guess, this month. We got our first comment. Hello, Rainbow. Welcome once again. And yeah, this is. I usually do these. I do the shorts around the 25th night, so I do the regular one a little earlier, and I'm doing these early because I don't know. As Christmas approaches, I feel like I'm gonna get swamped under, and I'm gonna lose a few days of streaming or something. So I just thought I'd do these now and get it done. And yeah, anything else? Oh, another comment. Mara? Hello, Mara. Good to see you. And yeah, welcome, guys. It's been a few days, I guess. And I guess I'm going to get going because people are already here. And thank you guys for showing up from the top. I know I'm a little late. That's kind of my MO, is to show up late. But I am here as, even though I usually end up being late, I usually do get here on time at some point. Better late than never, but better never late. Okay, so yeah, let's get going, you guys. I need my. I think I have the list of the zodiacs pretty memorized by now after doing these for over a year. But let me just get it up, just in case I don't want to skip any. I want to do them in kind of sort of the standard order. But I think I have it memorized. Un momento, por favor. Should I do the entire thing in Spanish? Puedo hablar español si quieres. Well, my Spanish is pretty bad, but I could, but no, I won't torture you guys with my bad Spanish. Okay, let's see. All right, so, and if you guys have any specific other, I have some ideas coming up for news prediction related things, but if you have anything you guys want me to do at the end of this, if I have any energy left in the day, I'm still trying to switch to a morning schedule, but it hasn't happened totally yet, and you just never know. I am still in Kuala Lumpur, and where I will be for another month and a half or so. Yeah. All right, let's begin. Dive in with Aquarius. And let's see, Aquarius, what do we got coming? Any Aquariuses in the house tonight? Feel free to jump out of the water. Is that what Aquarius? I don't know. Let's see what we got. What kind of energy we got coming your way in January, Aquarius. Are you excited by the new year? Are you not? Okay, Aquarius. I'm seeing a strength card. I'll show you. Strength card is about like kind of self-restraint, self-control, self-discipline, having that, and being aware of your kind of divided nature, and being able to see, because a lot of times we can't see our our behavior as something out there. We're so much a part of it, and we don't experience it as something that can be. We can't be the observer, the witness. But when you're in this card, when you're in this state, you are the witness, and you can see your this animal nature, which is not bad. It's not a matter of bad or good. It has its great things about it, and it has its horrible things about it. It's just a part of us that we all live with, and but in this month in January, Aquarius, you're going to be more aware of it than you have been at other times. I mean, actually, I would say Aquarius overall is pretty good at being aware of their nature and being able to witness it. But I think January is going to be a time for you to really do that and to make that decision about, what is, are you happy with that energy right now, or do you need to like keep it in check and kind of keep a tighter grip on it, and just don't allow it to come out. Or sometimes it is about like kind of being because this can be like a master of a pet, and sometimes it's good to let the pet run free and be a little more wild. It's kind of but in general, this card usually means maybe you need to have a little restraint this month, a little more self-awareness of that animal nature within you, and just keep an eye on it. All right, Aquarius. That's all I'm going to say for now. We got a few comments. Rainbow, you're a Virgo. Okay, you'll be waiting a while. We got like 7 or 8 more before I get there. And then a Libra, and again, another weight, a good amount of weight. Moon in Scorpio, Ascendant in Virgo. All right. And, oh yeah, I forgot last time. I need to put let me throw in my advertisement. That you guys that watch my videos regularly, you're probably tired of this, but for those who don't watch it regularly, let me remind them. I do private readings, and you can always contact me. And through the end of this month, December 31st, I'm still offering this 15% off coupon. Just go to superpure.com/AdamSavage and use this coupon, 15 off 2022, and you'll get 15% off. All right, end of infomercial. Thank you for your patience, guys. Back to the readings. Okay, so we are on... What did we do? We just did Aquarius. We're on Pisces. Pisces, I don't think we have any Pisces in the house, but if any Pisces show up, feel free to say hello. Pisces. I was thinking are there songs for every sign of the zodiac? And I know Aquarius, of course, there's that song, This is the Dawning of the Age of Aquarius, from that from the movie Hair. And I don't know if that's the title of the song, but anyways. And then I was thinking for Pisces, there's that George Harrison song. I think it's called Pisces Fish. It's a pretty good song. And then I don't know about the other ones, though. I don't feel like there's like a Capricorn song or I don't know. Maybe there are. Wouldn't surprise me. Anyways, we are on Pisces. Dun, 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 dun. I can hear it. I can hear like a TV through the wall here. This is not the ideal streaming situation, like I said, but I don't know. It's nice to have ambient sounds sometimes to intrude in the world, because it's never totally silent. And it's sometimes, I think sound is it's like a way of a feedback mechanism that instantly affects us. It affects our heart rate, our breathing rate, so on. And I don't know what the point of that is, where I was going with that. Anyways, just something to think about. I guess maybe with tying back to that strength card that I saw with Aquarius, being aware of yourself is one thing, but also being aware of your environment is very important, because the environment there's no separation really between you and your environment. Like we like to imagine there is, but we're constantly interacting with our environments in so many ways. And so anyways, I was trying to do this fast tonight, but it's not happening. Pisces, here we go. Pisces, what energy do we have for January coming up for these Pisces people to be aware of? Pisces, I am seeing here we go. I'm seeing a 9 of Swords, and this is a card of not always despair, but it's a card of feeling that you've kind of been undercut. You feel like you had a lot of what happens with this card is that you feel that you have a grasp and a really good idea of how things are going to be in a certain situation in the near future and so on, and suddenly you find that has been taken away from you, that suddenly you realize, oh, that's not going to happen. Like, I'm not going to get that job. I'm not going to date that person. I'm not going to get that house or whatever. You know, like you have in your head, you think, oh, I've got this. It's set. And then boom, you get undercut and like you lose your job. You break up with someone, whatever. All these things happen that like, and the despair. I mean, this is like a very like Buddhist idea that all of our despair comes from our own minds, our own expectations of how things have to be and should be and are gonna be, and not being in the moment. So this kind of the not solution, but the best way to deal with this kind of energy when you feel like, oh my gosh, like I had this plan, it was gonna work out, and it's not. Now I'm screwed, but it's not. You're not necessarily screwed. Like you should just be the best. Like I'm saying, the antidote is to be in the present moment and to be okay with that and be okay with your feelings of grief or whatever, and just being comfortable to have them there and know that you know that it's not going to last forever. It's part of being alive, and it's a cycle, and you'll pass through it and you'll move on to something better. But just try to like work with that next time, and realize though that like the further ahead that you try and like project how things are going to be and have to be, the more you're kind of setting yourself up for despair. You know, it's good to plan, it's good to make plans and to have a strategy and make ideas, a map for the future, but it's also good to accept that plans aren't always going to happen exactly as you intend. And intention is really the key. Like have your intention. Intention is something that you can live with every day, whereas a plan is something that you know you can have it, but you can't really act on it every day. Like if you're planning 5 years ahead, you can't act on that 5 year ahead moment now. You can only act today. So that's what it's like, kind of taking a step back towards the present, being in today, and have a plan, but just try not to cling to it. I guess avoid clinging, and that's what I'm seeing for you, Pisces. All right, we got a few comments here. Virgo song. Beyonce has a Virgo song, Virgo's Groove. Oh, I'm not aware of that song. Yeah, it doesn't. Is she a Virgo? I mean, that doesn't surprise me if she has a song called Virgo's Groove. Let's see. Is Beyonce a Virgo? I'm gonna look that up real quick. Beyonce. Beyonce was born on September 4th, 1981. So yes, she is a Virgo. Good to know. I'll remember that forever. All right. I haven't heard Virgo's Groove though. I should give it a listen. Not right now. Maybe after. Okay, moving on. We're on Aries. Aries, are you ready? If there's any Aries in the house, I don't think there is. But if there are any Aries later on watching this, it's your time. Aries, what do you got coming up in January? Let's see. How are you guys feeling, people who are here? How are you guys feeling about next year? Are you excited about it? Are you fearful about it? What's your general state these days in this moment? Whoa! Sometimes the cards collapse. Let me get organized. Right. I'm back. All right. We were on Aries. Shall we continue? Live streams are so amusing. Anyways, Aries. Is there an Aries song? Yeah, I bet there's a Wikipedia entry on like songs based on zodiac signs. That seems like a possible category of a Wikipedia entry. All right, so Aries. Okay, here we go. Aries, we got the Six of Pentacles, which is the this card came up with me in a personal reading I did for myself recently, and my way of thinking about this card is that either you tend to be like, you're gonna have to decide who you are in this picture, but I feel like for Aries in general, well, no, with each reading it depends, but with you Aries in this reading, I'm feeling that you're more like the center guy who is a person in a more position of power and influence and control of some situation, who is capable of, or no, not capable. He or she is capable, yeah, of dispensing justice and giving out things and being fair and honest to others and taking care of others, but they don't necessarily have to be. They have power, but it sort of behooves you in this situation to use that power in a just and fair way, because the guy is holding the scales, because this is like the scales tip based on how you behave. So if you behave too unjustly, don't expect to hold this position forever. Yeah, so I think this card for you this month is about making sure that you dispense justice fairly, are kind to others, and use your power in a fair way. And just like any legal negotiations, make sure you are doing your best to make sure everybody does well and nobody is taken advantage of, because it's very easy to abuse others in this situation. But I think it's for your own good very beneficial to take care of others and be not just an arbitrary judge, but a caretaker of others. So do that in January, Aries. Oh, I didn't sound too preachy to you there, Aries. I'm just trying to give you my advice. Like, take it or leave it. All right, Mara, I see a comment. You say, I'm thinking about ordering firewood. I hear lots of snow coming and power outages, Cleveland, Ohio. Ah, yes, I'm aware there are a lot of storm issues in the U.S. right now. Mara, if you have any question relating to that, would you like me to see? Because I'm not totally following the weather situation. I mean, I read brief headlines, but if there's something specific you'd like me to know or like to know about it, feel free to ask, and I can do a quick reading. But yeah, otherwise I will keep going. We are on Taurus. Taurus. What do we got in January, Taurus? Yeah, I feel for people in the U.S. and elsewhere that are experiencing winter right now, because I mean, the main reason I came to Kuala Lumpur is to escape the winter. I mean, I'm traveling and kind of living as a digital nomad, but I did not want to deal with winter, so that's why I'm here. But yeah, I have a great deal of, I know a lot of people in the U.S., northern Canada, and so on, Europe, have a very harsh winter. Okay, so Taurus in the Death card, which usually when people see this right away, they get afraid. You don't need to get afraid, because 99 times out of 10, 999 times out of 10, when this comes up, it's not physical death. So you don't be afraid of that you're going to die. You're not going to die, Taurus, in January, most likely. But usually what this means is that you're going to go through some change that is very much not like death, but I like to think that that every day we are reborn in some sense, because we have a chance to create ourselves anew and to become a new person. So I think this is really going to be an opportunity for you in January to become a new person, because some aspect of your life is going to change in a significant way. And it could just be stepping into the new year, you are allowing yourself to experience a new change, but it could be a very real situation change that prompts you to assess your own identity in a new way. So I think if there's something that you're trying to bring forth in your personality more, this is a great month to do it, Taurus. I think this is a real opportunity. It could be you're starting a new situation, like a job, a new relationship, or ending a job, ending a relationship, moving into a new home, things like that. Or you could just be around new people. That a lot of times it's very good to be around new people, because if you stay constantly around the same people, you kind of your personality can sort of ossify or solidify in a way that doesn't allow you to change. But when you're settling around new people, you can kind of reinvent yourself. So I think that's something that the death card is really about. It's like, who am I? Who do you want to be? And really think about that in Taurus in January, because if there's some aspect of your personality that you're trying to bring more to the front, it could be you want to be have more of like a more energy, or you could have more patience, or more wit. I don't know, something that you're excited to bring into your personality. Do that in January, because it's a great opportunity. And perhaps if you are, like I said, in a new situation with new people, they will, they're not going to be surprised by a new personality. I like to, sometimes when I just like talk with people that I know I'm not going to see again, that are brief encounters, it could be like at a store or whatever, like you don't have to put on your regular personality. You can try a new character, and just think of it as like acting and be a little more dramatic. Because one thing I found is that people love when you talk in a more dramatic way, because so many people just talk in this very monotone way. And I'm not saying that's horrible, it's just it's not exciting to their lives. So if you can talk in some kind of dramatic way, like just like that, it'll liven up their day just a little, and they'll pay attention to you in an exciting way, I guarantee you. All right, Taurus, moving on. We are on, next sign is Gemini. Gemini, oh, we were talking about songs. I know there's I don't know if David Bowie wrote it or if he covered it, that song, I Took a Ride on a Gemini Starship. Wait, let me look up the title. Maybe it's a cover. Bowie Gemini spacecraft. I took a trip on a Gemini spacecraft. So I think that's referring to like the space program, the Gemini. But I think you Geminis watching this should take that song and make it yours if you like it. It's a pretty good song. I think it's on Heathen, that 2002 album. Yeah, but anyways, back to Geminis. Let's do this reading. So Gemini. Gemini's, looking at your overall energy for January. Alright, Geminis. I'm seeing a High Priestess card, which is an internal card, a step back from the world towards a more internal state of self-consciousness, self-awareness, self-study, just self-examination, and being able to look at yourself and not necessarily, it's usually about kind of disconnecting from others for a bit, not permanently and not for the rest of your life, just for a lot of this month, like going within, taking a vacation, and just having that ability to not need to respond to the immediate outside world. So I think it's very often a very good time to recharge. And we were talking about character change and bringing new aspects of your personality to the forefront. This is often a good preparation for that. So that we were looking with Taurus, that they are in this state of really being able to reinvent themselves in January. But this would be more like for you to kind of pause on your own personality and say, like, okay, I don't have to present my face to the world. There's that line, talking about songs tonight, but like Eleanor Rigby, that they keep their face, how does it go, like that she keeps in her a face that she keeps in the jar by the door. I don't know. Anyways, like, like when we go out to the world, we put on a face sometimes to, we have to. There's a term in psychology called face that is how we represent ourselves to the world. But with the high priestess, it's about saying like, okay, we're not gonna put that face in the jar by the door on our face. We're gonna leave it off and not have to reflect. If you have pets, I think pets are great for the high priestess because with pets you can, I mean, often with younger pets that are more excitable and stuff, you have to kind of act like an authority figure. But with older pets that you've had a long time, that you can just like be yourself and you don't have to put on a character. You can just be as genuine as possible, and they will accept you and love you for that because they're pets. So often the high priestess. Are there any pets in this one? No, I don't think so. I thought there might be. But the point is, like, this is not about human relationships and connecting in that way. It's about leaving that behind to step into yourself and be more true to yourself. So I encourage you to do that in January. And that was for Gemini. All right. So that was Gemini. Moving on, we are on Cancer. Cancer, are you ready? And Cancer, we have all right, Cancer. I'm seeing, well, two cards came up, but the one I'm actually going to take both cards. I feel like they are connected. So let me show you one at a time. So first we have the Four of Pentacles, Cancer, which is about, I talked a little earlier about clinging and kind of contracting energy, and I feel like a lot of that you're experiencing in January, Cancer. You're going to be kind of on the defensive, kind of clinging to your things and your environment, like clear boundaries around you and marking your territory and saying like keeping people in their place and saying like, okay, like you don't need to overstep your boundaries. It's so it's a bit of a contracted energy for you in this month, and I think it is connected with this other card that I'm seeing, which is a Ten of Swords, which is similar to the sword card we had earlier. It's a feeling of just kind of deflated energy and low energy. So both of these cards, Cancer, are a bit, they're not the ideal energy state, I would say. This can lead to blockage. This can be a little dangerous. I'm not saying it's going to be bad. I'm just warning you and telling you what you can do to kind of escape it. Because really, what these cards signal is that if you want to grow and be healthier in January, the best thing to do is just relax and don't try and control others. Don't try and set boundaries. Allow people to break the rules, to step into your boundaries and your territory, and don't bite them. Like you need to like relax and accept things as they are. And yeah, that seems to be a theme with the cards this month is kind of being a witness and stepping back, or maybe that's the theme that I'm painting on this January. But yeah, don't if you are a Cancer, don't despair. It's not the end of the world. It just means that like be a little more aware this month of how you are. I just don't want you to cling too hard, Cancer, in January. I think it's good for you to relax right now. Do some exercise. Be in group situations where you can just relax and have fun and not worry so much about your stuff and your things and control, because a lot of this energy is about the need to have control, and I think it's good to let it go sometimes. And for you in January, Cancer, I would say like allow yourself to step back and lose control a little and be cool with that. All right, so that's what I see for Cancer. Moving on, we are going to Leo. So I'm almost to Virgo and Libra, you guys who were here earlier. Yeah, Leo. Here we go. So Leo. All right, pretty quickly came. All right, Leo, I'm seeing an Ace of Cups card. This is a pretty spontaneous and uh, good feeling, a release of emotion. A lot of these cards I talked about contractions and freezing up and feeling paralyzed or feeling overwhelmed or just like that you can't act. This is not that. This is like energy is flowing, like it's like the dam is burst and you are feeling a release of energy, Leo. You're going to have a lot of emotional energy that feels very good overall, and I think this is a pretty positive month for you. um, I think my advice, like, but I always feel like I need to give advice, but I feel like this is a month where you don't need a lot of advice. You're going to feel great. My only suggestion though is that I tend to say this when people have a great month like this is, share it with others. Like share it with those people, like the cancer people that seem like they're not having as much fun or feel like they're not enjoying life, because your presence is going to be a gift to them, Leo. So be a gift and enjoy your allow your joy to be contagious to others and give it to them because it's a wonderful gift that you have. So enjoy your January, Leo. And moving on. All right, we're on Virgo, right? Yes, we are on Virgo. Virgo, are you ready? Who is a Virgo? Rainbow. Here we go, Rainbow, if you're here still. Oh. Cards keep dropping this month. Okay. Virgo, what do we got? Virgo energy for January 2023. New year. New you. What advertising marketing slogan is that? It's okay, we can steal the marketing slogans. Yeah, Rainbow, here we go. So, Virgo, what do we got? Seeing some cards sort of slide out, but not quite a clean jump. Alright, no, I'm not feeling it. Alright, there we go. Alright, so we got an Empress card. This is more, this is a pretty good card. This is kind of like the feeling after you've gone through a lot of joy and a lot of feeling it good, and now you're just kind of like it's kind of like a feeling that when you're I don't know how to explain it, like when you're relaxed, but you just have nothing to do, like you don't have any obligations. It's very carefree. You're taken care of. You got things handled, and like you're just rolling along and enjoying the moment. I think this is I talked about with that Ace of Cups card. That's kind of like an energizing state. This is sort of like after that state in which you're not quite as energized, but it's still a pretty good energy overall. We got another. Oh, Virgo Ascendant. I see. Yeah. So this card is a good time to just connect with others. A good time to experience nature. A good time to not necessarily a good card to try and get a lot done, because you can do, if you have to work, but don't expect, like, don't hold yourself. I think Virgos tend to hold themselves to a high standard of getting things done, and just be okay with doing what you can do this month, and enjoy the month. Lazy woman, says Rainbow. I don't know if I would call her lazy. I feel like it's more like her presence and her, she is like a mother figure who, like a mother who is like providing milk, or, like being breastfeeding a child or something. That's, it seems like it's maybe lazy, but it's work. It's, she has to be there for the child and take care of the child. So I wouldn't call her lazy, but, it's just about, I think that you're not going to be as active in the sense that you're having to do this and do that and do that. Allow your brain to kind of relax and allow your body to relax this month. And just by being present around a lot of people, you will be. I talk about this a lot in all my readings, but like your influence and presence is very important. So just be okay with being there. And this is something that I don't know if I've talked about on my channel a lot, but with my videos and stuff, I've been kind of thinking about, like, I'm always trying to move towards just the idea of being present as the energy. Like there's this feeling sometimes that I have, that I feel like I have to work, I have to do things to make things happen, to make my influence felt in the world. But I think a lot of times it's just about showing up, and a lot of times that showing up will lead to spontaneous energizing and action that takes place just by being who you are. Whoa, being who you are, Virgos or whoever's watching this, because you've done so many things already in your life that there are some things you just don't need to think and plan about aggressively. You can be more like the Empress, who is just being there, and that is a very powerful energy. So anyways, that was a long spiel for Virgo, so I'm going to move on. All right, we're on Libras. Libras, are you ready? And Mara, you said you were a Libra? Here we go. Libra energy for January 2023 coming up your way. Whoa, here we go. One of my favorite cards, the Fool. I shouldn't say one of my favorite cards, but it's one of my favorite cards. So yeah, the Fool is such a fascinating card, because the Fool energy is, there's this, you guys probably know the term the multiverse. It's come up, I mean, it's been around since at least the 1950s, but it's really interesting how concepts like work their way up, that are concepts that are interesting to people. They worm their way up to simpler and simpler versions. So when it first came around, it was known in science fiction magazines, and physicists, maybe they would propose this idea of a multiverse, but now you can have it in cartoons and movies and superhero movies and so on. So I mentioned the multiverse because the Fool is a character who can really walk through the multiverse and find himself or herself suddenly in a totally different universe by sheer allowing of themselves, of the universe to kind of come to them, and by following their bliss, following their instincts and their intuitions. Yeah, it's a wonderful card. There's always this fear, not fear, but there's this, like, kind of the fact that there's a cliff right here, but I think the Fool is aware of the true situation in the universe, so that he or she doesn't despair about any possibility of negative things happening, and that attitude is just overpowering and kind of pushes any danger out of the way. And yeah, I think it's a wonderful card for you in January, Libra. Enjoy your January and allow your instincts to lead you in your sense of bliss and your sense of joy. Follow your intuitions, and don't say. One thing I like to emphasize with the Fool is, like, don't say no so quickly to things in January. Like, if somebody suggests something, or you're invited somewhere, rather than just say no, like, say yes. Like, it's a good time to say yes to the world. So enjoy your January. Say yes to the world. All right, Libra, that was you, the Fool, and we're on Scorpio. Scorpio, are you ready? There we go. Okay. Scorpio, here we go. like I have no head because of the light. My head just bleeds into the ceiling. Okay. Scorpio, here we go. Any Scorpios in the house? I don't think so. Alright. Scorpio, we have an Eight of Wands. This is a card about where you kind of want to, let me show you actually. It's a card in which a lot of times you really want to act, you really want to do something, you really want to take a step forward, you want to, like you're ready to act, but you're kind of waiting on others to respond and give you a cue, and you can't really do too much. And it's not bad. It's just being cool with waiting and allowing things to keep going and progressing, because you've done all the work that you can do at this moment, and yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah, so it's really like the best thing you can do in January is just don't get into that. This has come up a lot, but don't get into the state where you try and plan beyond the current moment and what you can plan for, because you can't plan too much right now. You're just gonna have to wait. So don't. It doesn't make sense to plan a lot. Just you have to wait and be patient and enjoy the present moment. So kind of distract yourself this month. It can be relaxing, just watching a movie or something, or it can be just having fun in life and living day to day rather than trying to plan out the next 12 months. Instead, just live in this month in January. And yeah, Scorpio, that's my advice for ye. Sit back and relax. Okay, who are we on now? I think we're on Sagittarius, right? Yes, Sagittarius. We only got two more. Sagittarius, here we go. Sagittarius energy for January 2023. Coming your way. So again, I'm seeing a card that initially seems not very positive, but I always say don't panic. Like if you've read the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, don't panic. That's a good motto. And you're welcome, Mara. So the card I'm seeing is the Five of Pentacles, which, let me see. So it's a card that initially looks like physical suffering and physical kind of out in the cold. And for winter, maybe a lot of you are experiencing a cold winter, like I talked about. And I think though that this is with this card, my best advice is to, one, make sure that you stick with others and connect to others, because these people, there's this tendency for them to kind of run away from, because they're in the cold, to run and like kind of forget all the good that is around them, the people that are around them, and enjoy them and thank them and be comfortable with them. But it's also a good time to kind of access your spirituality and this church in the background, which these people are kind of ignoring, which you don't have to go to church if you don't want. You can just access whatever your spiritual means are, or it could mean going to church. I don't know. It's your situation. But it means like don't focus so much on the physical, and be okay with, don't despair. Like that's, I think this card, if I had to label it, is despair. And despair is never very, nobody wants to be in a state of despair. So I think that the best things you can do is connect to others and tap into your spirituality and connect with your spirituality all that you can in January, Sagittarius. All right, moving on. We have one sign left, Capricorn. Are you ready? Capricorn, January 2023 energy coming your way. Here we go. So I'm seeing a Queen of Swords, Capricorn. And this card is a card of, sometimes she can be a little harsh in how she makes her decisions, because the Queen of Swords is about making decisions that seem very practical to her, but sometimes it can be a little cold-hearted. I'm not judging that if that's if that's what you need to do or want to do right now, but I'm saying that in this state, it's a very I think of the swords as kind of like cutting marble or cutting rocks, in which the world is composed of buildings of marble and rock and very harsh, kind of cold buildings. So it's not always the most energizing or exciting state. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't be in the state, or I'm never about that. Like you're in whatever state you need to be in, but you can always transition to a different state if you're not comfortable with it. And I guess just the matter is considering if you're enjoying this state and if it's what you want right now. If you do, and if it's what you need, then go for it. But I'm saying if you want to be in a more kind of fluid state or a more emotionally exciting state, then you're going to have to kind of release that tendency to be cold-hearted and cut through things, because the sword cards are all about that really logical, rational processes and not really consulting the emotions. And sometimes that's good, sometimes it's bad, but just be aware of it in January and consider if you want this to be your dominant energy in January. Capricorn. All right, so that is a wrap. I guess I'm not going to stay on much longer tonight, I guess. What time is it? How long have I been on? Where am I? Looks like I've been on for about... YouTube doesn't tell me. Oh, it does. 49 minutes. Wow, that was a long time. All right, well, thank you guys for showing up. If you need, I don't know if you guys have any issues that you'd like me to read on in the future, or future ideas for tarot readings. Like I said, this week, I don't know how often I'm going to be on. Although in Malaysia, like I've been told that most things are even open on Christmas, so I don't, in the malls they have Christmas trees, but I don't know what, I don't know. We'll see what happens this week. But yeah, thank you, Mara. Merry Christmas to you too, and stay warm if you guys are in a cold climate. And if you want to come to a warm climate, come to Malaysia in the winter. Because I'm wearing shorts and a t-shirt, but I'm not trying to rub it in. I'm just enjoy wherever you're at. If you're in snow places, try and enjoy the snow, and yeah, have a great Christmas. I'm pretty sure I'll be on again before Christmas. So, but yeah, thank you guys, and I hope to see you again very soon. And yeah, I'll call it a night, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.